Ever heard of a president who promised to serve only one term, achieved every single one of his major goals, and then quietly retired? It sounds like a political fairy tale, but it's the true story of America's 11th president, James K. Polk. He's often called the Dark Horse President, but by the end of this video, you'll see why he might be one of the most effective and underrated leaders in U.S. history. Born in a log cabin in North Carolina in 1795, Polk's early life was marked by serious health issues. But what he lacked in physical strength, he more than made up for with ambition and intellect. He graduated top of his class from the University of North Carolina and quickly launched a successful legal and political career in Tennessee. He became a close ally of Andrew Jackson, earning the nickname Young Hickory for his loyalty to Old Hickory himself. Polk climbed the political ladder, serving as a congressman, Speaker of the House, and governor of Tennessee. But his biggest moment came in 1844. The Democratic Convention was deadlocked. The leading candidates couldn't get enough support. Then, out of nowhere, a new name was put forward: James K. Polk. He was the first ever dark horse candidate, a compromise choice nobody saw coming. His platform was clear, bold, and incredibly ambitious. He had 4 major goals. 1. Lower the tariff. 2. Establish an independent treasury. 3. Settle the Oregon boundary dispute with Britain. And 4. Acquire California from Mexico. He pledged to achieve all 4 in a single term and not seek re-election. It was a promise that seemed almost impossible. But once in office, Polk went to work with relentless determination. He was a notorious workaholic, often laboring for 18 hours a day. And incredibly, he did it. He signed the Walker Tariff, which significantly lowered rates and boosted trade. He re-established the independent treasury system, separating the government's funds from private banks. Then came the territorial expansion, the cornerstone of his presidency and a concept known as manifest destiny. Polk negotiated with Great Britain, averting a potential war and securing the Oregon Territory up to the 49th parallel, the border we have with Canada today. The slogan, 54-40 or fight, was popular, but Polk's pragmatic diplomacy got the deal done. The acquisition of California was far more complicated and controversial. Tensions with Mexico were high, especially over Texas, which the U.S. had just annexed. When diplomatic efforts to purchase California and New Mexico failed, border disputes escalated into the Mexican-American War. The war was divisive, but the U.S. military was ultimately successful. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848 ended the war and was a monumental moment. Mexico ceded a massive territory that now includes California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and parts of New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. In just a few years, Polk had expanded the United States by a third, stretching it from the Atlantic to the Pacific. True to his word, having accomplished every one of his stated goals, James K. Polk did not run for a second term. He left office exhausted, his health shattered by the immense strain of the presidency. Tragically, he died just 3 months after leaving the White House, the shortest retirement of any president. So, while he may not be as famous as Washington or Lincoln, James K. Polk's presidency had a massive and lasting impact on the shape of the United States. He was a man of his word, a master of political execution, and a president who fundamentally transformed the nation's map. His legacy is complex, tied to the controversial war and the expansion of slavery into new territories, but his effectiveness is undeniable. What do you think? Was Polk one of America's greatest presidents, or does the controversy of his actions overshadow his achievements? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into history, please give this video a like and subscribe for more. See you next time.